Good morning. And welcome to Granite Peak Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Today, with Ringing Our Peace Bowl, we affirm our collective hope for peace. We acknowledge that these lands that we love are the ancestral lands of the Yavapai people. The CUUPs, the Tokepayas, thank you, I've rehearsed this, the Cuevcapayas, and the Yavapai. How many of you have spent some time outside enjoying these lands recently? Yeah. The rocky trails, the pine forest, even our own backyards. Have you looked closely at the ground? Are you seeing freshly sprouted grass or buds on trees? Well, I think they got a little bit of a shock the past week or so, right? I've noticed buds on our trees come out and then they're like, whoops, a little too soon. Have you noticed that the days becoming longer? Oh, that is a welcome. That's part of what we mean as we explore the promise of spring this morning. Now let your mind relax and your imagination be filled as you watch this video titled Imbolc by the group CUUPs Rising. Welcome back to this room. I am Deidre Schwartz, and I will be the worship associate for this morning. Our minister, Reverend Patty Willis, is on sabbatical for the next 3 weeks. Others joining in presenting the service today are Marianne Clark, Jan Jeter, and Suki Jones. And Charlotte Skews. We're all here. We warmly welcome all and are very happy that you are here joining us today. We hope you feel as good as you all look today. This is the mission statement of our congregation. We are a compassionate, spiritual community that celebrates diversity, nurtures the personal and spiritual growth of all ages, shares our gifts, promotes justice for all, and serves the world we live in. Please join us after service for coffee and socializing in small groups in Davis Hall. If you are viewing the service on Zoom, thanks for joining us on Zoom, everyone. Please, sorry about that. Please join the breakout rooms after the service. If you are here with us for the first time, we welcome you and are glad you are here. Please check out our website, which is prescottuu.org, for more information about us. And if you are here in person, there will be time to introduce yourself at the end of our sanctuary time. And then please stay and chat with a member or two over coffee or tea. There'll be refreshments in Davis Hall across the foyer to enjoy together after the service. We thank our pianist, Karen Denny, and all of our Sunday morning volunteers. And now is a very good time to check your phones to make sure they're on silent mode. Now, in addition to the announcements that you may have seen on the screen before service, you can read about other things happening at GPUUC in the Weekly Peak newsletter, on our website, in Reverend Patty's videos, and we have some printed copies of the announcements back in the foyer on the welcome table. Sandra Palacios, our faith development coordinator, is teaching ages 5 and older across the street in our faith development building. And Ainsley O'Donnell is with the kids under 5 here in this building. We begin our service in the Unitarian Universalist tradition of lighting the chalice. Our chalice lighter this morning is Charlotte Skews. Thank you, Charlotte. As we light this chalice, we welcome the growth of the returning light. We know that these last weeks of winter bring rich, nourishing rest and recuperation. May we begin to feel the very earliest hints of spring rising in our spirits. Now please rise as in body or spirit and join in this hymn, Dark of Winter, which reminds us to still enjoy the calm and quiet of this time of year. It is number 55 in the hymnal, and there's a video too that we'll play. Please join me in saying the words to our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this congregation, the quest for truth, its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community, thus do we covenant together. And at this point, we'd like to show a stewardship video. So if you direct your attention to the screen. Such a familiar song and sentiment. I still got cold chills. Anybody else? Our beloved community is the heart of Granite Peak Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Today in Davis Hall, we will celebrate February birthdays and especially recognize Jim Robinson, who turned 85 yesterday. Congratulations, Jim. Yeah. And now, as we experience a time of meditation and music, we will take a few moments to silently acknowledge the joys and concerns of our hearts and our minds. If there is an event which moves you to joy or concern, hope or gratitude, I invite you to come forward silently and drop a pebble from the dish to our communal water as an affirmation of our connection to one another. May our joys. No. May all our joys and concerns, surrounded by the healing communal water of our beloved community, be acknowledged here today. So may it be. As we prepare to take the offering this morning, let us recognize and appreciate the connections and community that we have here each week. This congregation and its wide array of programs are supported by your generosity. We also give back to the greater community through our Seeds of Support program. This month's Seeds of Support will help fund the Opportunity Scholarship, which was started by GPUUC for undocumented students attending Yavapai College. These students don't qualify for any federal or state aid, so most need help paying for school. Right now, there is only $670 in the account. Tuition is generally $1,250 per semester and up, depending on the program. There have been 13 qualified recipients over the past 3 years. And Reverend Patty asked me to read this letter from one of the recipients. And this is dated November 10th of last year. Dear donor, my name is Adriana. I was recently selected as a recipient of the Opportunity Scholarship. I am truly honored that you found me eligible for this year and wanted to thank you and let you know how much I appreciate your support. I am a senior in the Radiologic Technologist program, entering my last semester, and had an unexpected financial crisis. My husband had to get surgery, and these semester costs were worrisome until your generous donation. I am the very first in my family to be attending college and pursuing a degree. With your helpful donation, I will be able to concentrate more time on studying rather than my financial needs. Thank you once again for your generosity and support. I will make your donation worth it and promise to work hard towards my degree and one day give back to my community and help someone that's in need just as I am. Sincerely, Adriana Rogel. That's beautiful. You can learn more about this organization in your order of service. And then for those of you on Zoom, there is an online link in the chat that you can also use for donation. Now please enjoy our offertory music played by Karen Denny. We acknowledge the generosity of your Spirit expressed through this offering. What you have given in love is received in gratitude. Blessed be.
Last week, we learned about the Jewish Birthday of the Trees festival. Rabbi Perlmutter talked about how the trees are emerging from their winter sleep and starting their fruit-bearing cycle. She encouraged us to get in touch with our own natural cycles of place. Today, we are celebrating another early spring holiday, Imbolc. Imbolc is a Celtic celebration generally celebrated in the pagan communities on February 1st and 2nd. This date marks the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. At this time of year, we may be feeling gray and heavy, in a rut, missing our usual moments of joy. We're tired of winter. But celebrating Imbolc reminds us that it's okay to continue to want to cocoon, because we know that inside we are growing and transforming. New energy is building inside each of us. In the Celtic seasonal calendar, Imbolc marks the beginning of the lambing season and signals the beginning of spring and the stirrings of new life. The word Imbolc comes from Old Irish meaning in the belly, referring to the pregnancy of ewes. Think of a just showing pregnancy. Around us this time of year, all is expectant. It helps us to get through the rest of the winter by recognizing that beneath the earth there are stirrings of new life, only just visible, if at all. These sprouts know it's not yet time to come, although some of them have been because they've been fooled by the weather. Imbolc has several themes worth contemplating. The first stirrings of life under the sleeping earth, the germination of seeds, both literal and metaphoric. What ideas or intentions do you express either around the solstice or as part of your resolutions for the new year? Didn't all our New Year's resolutions just go away? Now's the time to reconsider those. Now is the time to recommit yourself to what you want to do. Do you know that February gets its name from Februara, the Roman festival of purification and cleansing? This time of year, our spirits are beginning to stretch and shake out the doldrums of the winter. With this awakening comes a much-needing cleansing. These last few months of turning inward and descending into darkness were all about identifying the things within us that we're ready to let go of. Those twisted old branches and dead leaves that we need to clear away. This time of year is really letting go of things once and for all, making both inner and outer space for new beginnings. This can be done in numerous ways, from spring cleaning your house to clearing the mind and the heart to allow inspiration to enter a new cycle. This is also the time to remember that we have our rummage sale coming up in March. So as you're doing your spring cleaning, think about what you can donate. The growing power of the sun, the lengthening of days, Imbolc is actually a fire festival. Pagans use fire and light as a symbol of the promise of winter ending and opening the spring. During Imbolc, foods that symbolize the sun, including pancakes, other kinds of cakes and crepes are often served. You can light lamps in the rooms of your home. Just a few minutes will do. Light a candle in each room to celebrate the returning sun. The goddess, as she changes from the crone to the maiden mother crone cycle refers to the triple goddess, often symbolized as the waxing moon, the full moon, and the waning moon. In the underlying pagan belief, we share in the changes of the goddess and in her consort, the horned god, the green man, the sun. The relationship transitions and sacrifices of these two deities is celebrated within the turning of the seasonal wheel and also mirrored in our own spiritual journey as we grow and age. Imbolc is the point where the goddess has shifted from her crone time, having brought back the sun to us at Yule, at the birthing of time. She now begins again as the maiden, a promise of new life to come, the dawn of life. Imbolc can be celebrated as a festival of the maiden as she returns in the sun god growing into puberty. You know where that's leading. Synonymous with Imbolc is the goddess Bridget, who some celebrate as a maiden at this time. She is a Celtic deity who was later adopted into the Christian calendar as Saint Bridget. So much so that the 1st of February is also known as St. Bridget's Day. She is a patron saint of Ireland, and in 2023, her holiday is now recognized as a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland. Bridget is a goddess of healing, poetry, and smithcraft. She is a goddess of fire and of the sun and the hearth. She brings fertility to the land and its people and is closely connected to midwives and newborn babies. There are other symbolic traditions associated with Bridget and with Imbolc. Bridget's cross is typically woven on February 1st for her feast day, as well as the festival of Imbolc in pre-Christian Ireland. It is typically made from rushes or straw. We actually have a couple of crosses on our little altar. It is believed that Bridget's cross is inspired by the pagan symbol of the sun wheel, which is considered the centerpiece with 4 outlying arms. These crosses were often placed within the kitchen to encourage Bridget's help defending the home from fire. Hanging Bridget's cross from the rafters of one's home was believed to bring blessings and protectings of the goddess for the remainder of the year. In addition to the shamrock and the Celtic heart, Bridget's cross is a national symbol of Ireland. A very old tradition involving the making of a Bridget doll, which can be included in ceremony and/or placed in a bride's bed or Bridget's bed to bring fertility, abundance, and good fortune to the home. A traditional bride lock is made of corn husks, reeds, rushes, and reeds to look like an effigy of Bridget. It's usually dressed in a white cloth and decorated with stones, flowers, and ribbons. These are usually placed on the hearth the night of Imbolc, inviting Bridget to come in and rest. Lay down on the little comfy bed. Bridget's cloak refers to a piece of clothing or strip of cloth a family member leaves outside on February 1st before going to bed to be blessed by Bridget as she passes by. The head of the household may smother the fire, rake the ashes smooth. In the morning, the family looks to see if there's some kind of mark on the ashes, the sign of Bridget having passed that way in the night or in the morning. The clothes or strips of cloth are brought inside and believed now to have powers of healing and protection. Bridget is also associated with divination practices. St. Bridget's Day, or Imbolc, is traditionally a time for weather prognostication. Her connection to divination stems from her role as a guardian of knowledge and wisdom. In many traditions, she is invoked during divination rituals at this time of year to grant clarity, insight, and foresight. In early Celtic traditions, Imbolc was a time of weather divination. As you might expect, if you're a farming community, you need to know when to plant. And it doesn't seem like good planting right now. In early Celtic traditions, this was a time of weather divination with great attention paid to omens and portents of the coming year. The Celts observed the behavior of animals and birds and the patterns of weather to foretell the fortunes of the coming year, the coming seasons. These practices were deeply embedded in the community's efforts to prepare for the year ahead, from planting crops to managing livestock. A notable tradition was watching of serpents or badgers. The Celts believed that these animals had a special connection to the earth and its rhythms because they lived underground. Their emergence from hibernation around this time of year was interpreted as a sign of the earth's awakening. The serpent in particular was seen as a symbol of the regenerative power of nature, echoing the themes of rebirth. There's also association with Groundhog Day. This legend dates back centuries to the European tradition of Candlemas Day, on which clergy would bless and hand out candles to the people. The idea developed that a cloudy Candlemas Day predicted an early spring, while a sunny day predicted a longer winter season. At some point, the Germans took this practice a step further and randomly selected that a shadow casting hedgehog was predictive of a longer winter. When a significant number of Germans immigrated to Pennsylvania, they assigned the hedgehog's duty to the groundhog, with its cousin's responsibility. I don't know how it was at your house on Friday, which was Imbolc, but I had every variety of weather: rain, snow, the hail-like snow known as grapple, bright sunshine. I guess I'm just going to have to wait and see what kind of weather we're going to have going forward. I consider Imbolc a time of promise. It isn't really spring yet, as we saw with the recent snow. When I woke up this morning, my phone told me it was snowing at 5 o'clock in the morning. But the warmer days carry the promise that spring is coming. As the cycle of the year changes, now is the time to think both about what we want to release, remember that rummage sale, and what we want to create during this season of transition.
We're now going to call the directions. Let us begin our Imbolc ritual with calling the directions, followed by an Irish invocation of the goddess Bridget. Please help us in creating a magical circle by responding with hail and welcome as the candle is lit for each direction. We call upon the spirits of east, of air, invisible, powerful, unencumbered by walls and barriers. Grant us the knowledge to see, wisdom when it feels we are surrounded by chaos, strength when all things point to weakness, and able to see past artificial barriers that are within our past. Hail and welcome. We call upon the spirits of the south, fire, the great regulator of things on earth, from the initial creation spark of life to the spark of creation of each human life, of the fires that warm our homes and of the sun that warms the earth. Hail and welcome. We call upon the spirits of west, water. We see your presence everywhere, and yet we also know how undervalued you've become. Tonight we ask for a gentle reminder that without water, life would cease to exist. Guide us in our efforts to conserve, to educate, and to balance all things in our lives. Hail and welcome. We call upon the spirits of north, the earth. As spring approaches, our focus is on the fertile lands that we are provided. With each seed we plant, we ask for blessings. With each spade of turned soil, we ask for conditioning. With each new green shoot that emerges into the light, we ask for nothing, but rather offer praises instead. Hail and welcome.
We call upon the above, the below, and all that is holy between. We honor the goddess in her incarnation as Bridget, keeper of the sacred flame and well, guardian of home and hearth, patroness of poetry and art, healer and giver of life, we honor you. Hail, great goddess, and welcome. Hail and welcome.
Dream of awakening. I am the dream of awakening. I am the returning of the light. I am the tough green shoot pushing up through the paved stones. I am the first kiss of sunlight on the unfurling petals of the snowdrop. I am the wind which whispers the gentle pull of home to the migratory bird. I am the drop of ice melting on the mountainside with its great dream of the ocean. I am the sap rising in the blossom tree just before it reveals its sticky buds to the sky. I am the riotous celebration humming away beneath the earth's mantle of frozen sleep. I am the rousing of the bee from its winter slumber and the soft pad of the mother wolf's paw on the snow as she prepares to birth her pups. I am hope, potential, rebirth, and promise. I am the kindling breath which transforms the flicker of inspiration in your creative core into a blazing torch. I am Bridget, Bast, Inanna, and Hestia. I am the fierce protectress of the sacred fire. Today I bestow my gifts of power and courage at the hearth of your soul. Power to step out of the shadows of self-doubt and negativity, which have held you in darkness for too long. Power to shed all that which no longer serves you, and courage to clear your heart and mind for the dawn that awaits you. I am the time to honor your unique gifts for their true worth and to protect and nurture your creative self as you would a child. I am the deep longing of the spirit which refuses to be consumed by a narrative of fear and chooses instead to place itself vivaciously on the side of love. I am the stirring in your belly, which knows exactly what you are capable of, and that it's time the world found out. I am the fire within which will not be contained any longer. I am the quickening. I am the serpent uncoiling. I am Imbolc. I am the dream of awakening.
The next song is one of, it's a little loud for me. The next song is by one of Prescott's own troubadours, if you remember Celia. Please stand in body and spirit and sing along, or you can dance if the spirit moves you, or slap your thighs. We forgot to put the drums out, so just make your own noise to this lively song.
Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. 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 Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. 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 Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Bridget, so beautiful. Bridget, so powerful. People of all paths will gather round to sing your name. Bridget, so beautiful. Bridget, so powerful. People of all paths will gather round to sing your name. Goddess Bridget, peace weaver, healer, poet, queen, melt the snow and bring the spring. Saint Bridget, gold bender, keeper of the flame, blessed Imbolc, we sing your name. 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 Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame. Goddess Bridget, keeper of the flame.
Now you know, if Bronwyn had been here, she would have been out here dancing. Okay, we'll bring our respiration, our breathing down a little bit. as you join me in a guided meditation. This is one adopted from one by Jennifer Miller. Begin by taking a deep breath, inhaling slowly for a count of 5 and exhaling, making the in-breath match the out-breath. And one more time, breathing in perfect rhythm. With each breath, you feel your body begin to let go and relax. You feel the tension washing away from your forehead, your eyes, and your jaws, as though someone were pouring a warm, cleansing libation over you. This wonderful healing waterfall works its way down through the rest of your body, down through your toes. You feel all tightness and tension drain away into the rich, black soil of Mother Earth. Feeling calm and free, you find yourself walking on a path through a lush pine forest with the sunlight warming your shoulders and lifting your spirits. You breathe in the invigorating scent of the evergreens, hear the birds chirping happily overhead and the rustle of squirrels and other little forest creatures. Being in this natural place, you feel safe. You know that you are part of this woodland, and it is also part of you. The path opens up into a grassy meadow. A thin trail of smoke is rising from just over the next hill, and you walk in that direction. You see that the smoke is coming from a blacksmith's forge. Something about the place calls to you as if you had been there before in some other time, so you make your way down the grassy hill. As you approach the forge, you can feel the heat from the glowing embers of the hearth. You look around and see all of the blacksmith's tools. You sense that someone is near, and then you see her. She seems to glow and shine from within. A soft white light illuminates her face, and her long red hair cascades down in waves. You know her at once. She is Brigid, the ancient Celtic goddess of the forge, and she welcomes you. She hands you a scrap piece of metal and asks you to think about what it could become as you place it in the red-hot coals of the hearth. What will you create with your own unique gifts and talents? Can you take something rough and plain and make something of beauty, or be something useful and practical? How will the fire from Brigid's forge shape and mold your dreams? How will the fire transform you? Brigid takes the metal from the hearth and begins to shape it with her hammer, and when she is finished, you see that she has created a symbol just for you to remind you of your divine purpose. When the metal has cooled, she places the symbol in your hands and tells you that it will give you strength and courage to pursue your destiny. You give thanks to the goddess as you leave the forge and make your way back up the grassy hill and into the forest. The sun is lower in the sky now, and his healing rays are glowing in brilliant shades of orange, just like the fire in Brigid's forge. You walk out of the forest and back into your own sacred space, feeling grounded in your body again, as the energy returns to your arms, your legs, your hands, and your feet. Take a few deep breaths. And then open your eyes, feeling grateful for the symbol you have received and the lighter days ahead as winter begins to recede. Okay. Next, we're going to do a chant, and I hope to hear more loud voices than we did on the Bridget song. The words are very easy, although they won't appear on the screen. So here they are. The way, Brigid light the way. Oh, they are on the screen there, but they're going to disappear, okay? End of the night, Bridget, light the way. Return of the light. Bridget, light the way. Y'all ready? It's not a video, it's just a sound that we're not hearing yet. Martin had to do a workaround to try and get this to go, so we'll see if it works. There it is, okay. Yeah, the red arrow, the pink arrow at the top. Farther up. Up, 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 up. Oh, he's got to start it over again, though. Practice those words. The way, the way.
The way, the way. Bridget, light the way. The way, the way. Bridget, light the way. End of the night. Bridget, light the way. Return of the light. Bridget, light the way, the way, the way. Bridget, light the way, the way, the way. Bridget, light the way. End of the night. Bridget, light the way. Return of the light. Bridget, light the way.
This is the third verse of a song written by Bette Midler. It's one of my favorites, and it just seems to sum up Imbolc. You should probably try to listen to it. It's a beautiful song, and get the other two verses when you can. It's called The Rose. When the night has been too lonely, and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong. Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
We'll now open our circle. Yes, just like it says. Now is the time to open our circle. As Charlotte extinguishes each candle, please say hail and farewell as we bid goodbye to the directions and our spirit guides. Above, below, and all in between, great goddess, she who provides us with everything, gives guidance and opens our eyes to the path which each of us must follow. Thank you for your presence here. Exalted Bridget, great goddess, thank you for your blessings upon this circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Spirits of the North, earth spirits, we are honored by your attendance in our circle. We shall soon kneel upon your rich soil to plant our seeds and watch them grow under the golden sun. Thank you for your blessings upon this circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Spirits of the West, water spirits, we are honored by your attendance in our circle. We look skyward in anticipation of the coming rains of the springtime that cleanse the lands, the forests, and our bodies. Thank you for your blessings upon this circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Spirits of the South, fire spirits, We are honored by your attendance in our circle. We have witnessed the power of your cleansing flames and the spiritual purification, yet also your healing light and illuminating aura. Thank you for your blessings upon this circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. Spirits of the East, air spirits, we are honored by your attendance in our circle. We open our doors and invite you in to clear the corners of darkness of winter and sweep out the old and unneeded, both in our homes and in our hearts. Thank you for your blessings upon this circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell.
Now please join me as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth. Our ritual is ended, but not our time together. Brightest Imbolc blessings to you. May these last weeks of winter bring you rich, nourishing rest and recuperation, and spark powerful dreams that will grow into unimaginable growth and transformation in your life this year. And I like the words with this Imbolc blessing. May the life stirring underground stir new dreams to life within you. May the flames of inspiration and passion be ignited in your soul. So may it be. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel very warm and inspired, so all charged to finish the rest of my Sunday. I now invite you to take as much time as you wish to visit your friends and visitors online, here, or in person. For those on Zoom, and we have several people on Zoom still, please feel free to grab a cup of coffee and join a breakout room. And at this time here, I'd like to ask if we have any visitors today, and if you feel like introducing yourself. Anyone? Visitor? Returning visitor. And your name? Christy Miller. Welcome. Thank you for coming back. Anyone else? Well, I guess I'm the only thing holding you back from refreshments at Davis Hall, so I'll try not to stand in the way. So take a moment to greet your neighbors here or across the hall after you grab a cup of coffee, tea, and probably some birthday cake. I don't know. Thank you.